was bound to be a time, though, when the champagne went flat, and that time came with a vengeance in the hours leading up to round 3 at Donington. The team's cars had fallen foul of the regulation, which required exhaust noise to be under the 110 decibel limit. Unless they could get under that limit, they wouldn't be allowed to race. And if they were found to be over the limit immediately after the race, then they'd risk possibly losing all their championship points so far. There was no doubt they faced a crisis.
15, yeah? All right, 15. No, it was 18 this morning.
With the exhaust positioned at the side of the car, their problem was that engine resonance seemed to be interfering with the test.
Yeah, you can just hear that noise come through the engine, and that gauge jumps.
The RAC scrutineers were trying to be as helpful as possible. Other competitors were less charitable.
It's simple, the rules are the rules. They should be running in the championship within the rules of that championship, which in the case of a simple thing like exhaust noise is very easy to engineer. There's no question about it. It must be one of the simplest things for any engineer to do is to reduce the decibel level from an exhaust. It might affect the power output, but then the rules are the rules. It's black and white. I don't see there's anything really that warrants a great discussion, any great discussion. It's terribly simple.
Maybe not so simple, though, with time running out. For Vic Lee and the team, the task was to reroute the exhaust or pack in extra baffling and noise protection to solve the problem in a very temporary fashion.
Trying to rig up a deflector plate at the moment because the noise meter actually picks resonance up. It's not actually the bulk of the noise of the car, it's actually a high-pitched resonance that we seem to have got in the car, and we're just trying to get rid of that. And if we can get rid of it and get it down below, I mean, obviously we want to get the cars down below 110. We can't take the risk of running at 110. We've got to get it to sort of 106. And if we were successful, then, you know, we'll go from there. We've obviously got another contingency plan, which I'm not prepared to talk about at the moment, but we'll have to see what happens at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
And what happened was this. 2 laps into the race, and the exhaust modifications to Hoy's BMW have filled the car with smoke, and a small fire has broken out as well. A swift end to an unhappy day in which Hoy had all his practice times disallowed, had started from the back of the grid. So, after 2 victories, it's no points for Hoy in round 3. In the race itself, a victory went to Steve Soper, who led home John Cleland in second, Frank Sittner in third, then came Gary Ailes and Jeff Allen. Running 6th was Will Hoy's teammate Ray Belm, who slowed before the line in order to drop out of the top 6 and elude the clutches of the scrutineer. A failed noise test, remember, can cost all the championship points. But in doing this, Belm succeeded only in letting by Tim Harvey in the Vic Lee prepared Labatt's BMW. Harvey duly failed a noise test and paid the price.
It was only the 3rd race of the year, and effectively I was written out of the championship. I'm still bitter about the punishment. I don't think it fitted the crime. We'd have been better off not starting the race at all, but we were asked to start the race and then effectively penalised for doing so. And of course it wrote me out of the championship from minus 48 points. There's no way I could come back.
But Will Hoy's championship lead remained. Despite the Donington problems, he had a 12-point lead over Jeff Allen, with John Cleland in third. The battle lines of BMW against Vauxhall were firmly set.